They say both Christianity and Hinduism believe in Jesus, but what if the Jesus they believe in isn't the same? The differences go deeper than most realize. Two ancient religions, each claiming a path to the divine, yet centered on one name, Jesus. So can both be right, or is one leading to truth while the other misleads? Today, we uncover the real contrast, one that touches life, death, and eternity. And the final difference might be the most shocking of all. Stay with me. Let's begin with the most foundational question. Who is God? Christianity is monotheistic, believing in one personal, loving God, revealed as the Father, Son, Jesus, and Holy Spirit. This is a God who is not distant or vague. He speaks, he listens, and he deeply cares. He has a purpose for each person's life, and he desires relationship with humanity. In the Bible, God is described as a shepherd, a father, a friend, intimate and approachable, yet holy and powerful. Hinduism, on the other hand, is far more complex. It can appear polytheistic with countless gods and goddesses like Vishnu, Shiva, Lakshmi, and Kali. Yet at its core, many Hindus believe in a singular ultimate reality called Brahman. This divine essence is formless, infinite, and beyond human comprehension. The many gods in Hinduism are often understood as different expressions or aspects of Brahman, ways that the infinite makes itself known to the finite. So while Christianity emphasizes a God who reveals himself as a person, Hinduism often focuses on discovering the divine within everything. God is both without and within, in the river, in the tree, in you. Christianity says, God made you. Hinduism may say, you are part of God. But the real tension begins when we talk about Jesus. In Christianity, Jesus is the center of everything. He is God in human form, the promised Messiah, the one who came to save humanity from sin and eternal separation from God. His teachings, his death on the cross, and his resurrection are not just historical events, they are the turning point of all history. Without Jesus, there is no salvation. In Hinduism, Jesus is often respected as a great guru or a holy man. Some Hindus admire his teachings of love and compassion. Others even consider him a divine figure, but not the divine figure. In a worldview that embraces many paths, Jesus is seen as one of many enlightened beings who reveal parts of the truth. This is where the difference becomes sharp. Christianity says, there is no other name under heaven by which we must be saved. Hinduism says, there are many paths to reach the divine. One is exclusive, the other is inclusive. So the real question becomes, is Jesus one of many, or the only one? Now let's explore what these religions say about what happens after we die. Christianity teaches that each person lives one life, dies once, and then faces judgment. Your eternal destiny is based on whether you received God's gift of salvation through Jesus Christ. Heaven is a real place of eternal joy and perfect communion with God. Hell is a place of separation, regret, and justice. The stakes are eternal. Hinduism sees death differently. It believes in reincarnation. The soul, Atman, is reborn in a new body again and again. This cycle is called samsara, and it continues until the soul reaches moksha, or liberation. Moksha is the release from this cycle, and it's achieved through various paths: knowledge, jnana, devotion, bhakti, righteous action, karma, or meditation, Raja Yoga. In some branches of Hinduism, there's also a belief in Naraka, a sort of temporary hell where souls experience consequences for their actions before being reborn. So in Christianity, You have one chance and one eternal outcome. In Hinduism, you have many chances and an evolving spiritual journey over lifetimes. It raises an uncomfortable question. Does the soul need saving or just time? These deep spiritual beliefs also shape the daily lives and customs of their followers. Christians gather in churches, pray individually and in groups, read the Bible, sing worship songs, and take communion. Sundays are often set aside as a day of rest and worship. There's a strong emphasis on personal relationship with God and living a moral life rooted in grace and truth. Hindus express devotion through rituals called puja, often performed at home altars or in temples. Offerings of flowers, incense, food and prayers are made to specific deities. Chanting mantras, meditating and participating in festivals are common. Daily spiritual discipline is woven into life, from morning prayers to dietary practices. Even the way followers dress can reflect their beliefs. Christians may wear cross necklaces, modest clothing, or Sunday best for worship. Hindus may wear traditional garments like saris and kurtas, especially during holy days. The tilak or bindi, marks on the forehead, often symbolize spiritual awareness or blessing. When it comes to food, many Christians eat freely, though some observe fasting periods like Lent. In contrast, many Hindus are vegetarian, guided by the principle of ahimsa, non-violence toward all living things. The cow in particular is sacred and never eaten. And then there are the festivals. Christianity celebrates Christmas, Easter, and Pentecost, all centered around the life of Jesus. These are times of reflection, joy, and community. Hinduism, with its vibrant calendar, celebrates Diwali, Festival of Lights, Holi, Festival of Colors, Navaratri, and many more. These festivals are colorful, loud, symbolic, and deeply spiritual. Another key difference lies in the sacred texts each tradition uses for spiritual guidance. Christians study the Bible, which is divided into the Old Testament and the New Testament. It contains historical narratives, moral teachings, prophecy, poetry, and the life and teachings of Jesus. The Bible is believed to be divinely inspired and authoritative, offering a clear path to salvation through faith in Jesus Christ. Hindus turn to a vast collection of sacred writings. The Vedas are the oldest and most authoritative texts, composed in ancient Sanskrit. They are followed by the Upanishads, which explore philosophical and mystical ideas. Other key scriptures include the Bhagavad Gita, a dialogue on duty and devotion, and the epics Ramayana and Mahabharata. Hindu texts are often poetic, symbolic, and open to multiple interpretations, guiding the seeker on a personal journey towards spiritual realization. But now we come to the greatest difference of all, and this one changes everything. The most powerful contrast between Christianity and Hinduism isn't just in beliefs about God, the soul, or the afterlife. It's in the answer to this question: how is a person saved? Hinduism teaches that spiritual liberation, moksha, is something you earn. Through lifetimes of right living, wisdom, and devotion, the soul slowly rises toward freedom. It is a path of effort, self-discipline, and personal transformation. Each action carries weight. Each life carries lessons. Christianity, on the other hand, declares something radically different. Salvation is not earned. It's a gift. It doesn't come from inside you, but from above. You can't meditate your way to it or balance your karma enough to deserve it. You simply receive it. Jesus did the work. He paid the price. All that's left is for you to believe and follow him. Christianity says, you don't need many lives to reach God, you just need Jesus. Hinduism says, truth is within you, you must awaken to it through lifetimes of searching. So what do you believe? Two religions, two worldviews, two completely different answers to life's biggest questions. One says salvation is through works and knowledge, the other says it's through grace and a relationship with Jesus Christ. Let me ask you now, can both be true? Or is one leading you home and the other keeping you lost? If this video gave you something to think about, like it, subscribe, and share it with someone who's searching. And don't forget to turn on the bell so you won't miss our next deep dive into faith, eternity, and truth. Thanks for watching. Until next time, keep seeking.